I am sharing how I have been able to grow my YouTube subscribers by 466% in the last 28 days. As of today, um, YouTube Studio told me so. So I'm going to be sharing that now. I know what you might be thinking. If you look at my subscriber count, I think I'm at 176 as of today. So that's actually an increase of only 51 subscribers, but I'm gonna say something. That's 51 subscribers more than I had before that. 466% less than that. And I had been stuck at or around 100 subscribers for a very long time. Increased by two, decreased by one, increased by one, increased by one, decreased by one. And it was just wishy-washy. So I'm sharing the things that I've changed in order to grow my YouTube channel, because we don't need miles, we need inches, because inches make up miles. And that's how we're able to run the marathon of YouTube. And so I want to share some of the things that I've done in order to grow my YouTube channel by 466%. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing is really just allowing myself to be myself. Um, I have sometimes like been in this mental trap of thinking that I have to come off a certain way, that I need to try to be more funnier than I already am or am not. you know, like I could be funny, but maybe I'm not the funniest person. I'm probably not. I don't really think that I am, and that's not a bad thing, but am I the most like I'm not like the super stylish fashionista either. Like I have really cute fashionable clothes, but a lot of times I just rather be comfortable. Like right now, like I got a cute little bodysuit on, but then I love this jacket. So just being me, whatever that looks like. Sometimes my hair will be all wild, and sometimes it was like a nice little bun thing. It was cuter, but one of my babies was like pulling at my hair, and messed up my bun a little bit. So actually, I could fix it a little bit right now, but just allowing myself to be me without any reservations. I think that's really like a big thing, right? When we feel like we need to show up a certain way, and it doesn't feel authentic to us, so it doesn't feel natural, so then you feel even more nervous about it, because what if you come off the way that you don't want to, or you don't come off the way that you are trying to be, and it doesn't read well for you, and then you end up looking inauthentic because you were not being yourself. So when you're in being yourself in your content, the right people are going to be attracted. They're going to come and listen to you, and they're going to want to stay. Not everybody, that's okay. Like in the past 18 days, I've been going live on YouTube every single day, at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day. And what I have noticed is when I show up and when I'm myself, there are some people that like it and there are some people that don't. Just like in real life, everybody doesn't like me in real life. I'm a nice person. Like I'm like a really, really nice person. All my friends think that I'm a great friend. And there are some people that just literally don't like nice people. They're irritated by nice people. They're like, what are they trying to do? Make everybody like them? Like, these are some of the comments that I've gotten. Everybody doesn't have to like you. Fine, okay? You don't want to like me? I'm completely okay with that. I wish you the best. Lots of love to you. Like, thank you for showing up. And it's okay. Um, and so when it comes down to it, if you can just commit to just showing up as yourself, if you're quirky, you make little silly jokes. I like to make musical references and stuff sometimes. I grew up in the 2000s, like 90s, 2000s. So, that music was popping back then. Can't get with some of the current tunes of today's sounds. And I appreciate you, Dadu. Um, and thank you, Preppy Girl. I appreciate you. And really just being myself, right? Like not just not putting any confines on allowing myself to show my personality. So that's the first thing that I've done in order to grow my subscribers by 466% over the last 28 days. Really, it's been like the last 18 days because I've been going live for the past 18 days. But we'll get into it. I want to share this comment here. DIY specialist says, and I love that. I love DIY stuff. But DIY Specialist says, I don't mind if people don't like me, but I won't tolerate rudeness or disrespect. Absolutely. Like, absolutely, hands down. Um, I wish there was an easier way to like kick people out the live or block them during a live, because there are some people that have been very rude and very disrespectful in different lives, and I'm like literally, I don't know you. We've never come across each other before. I don't understand what the problem is and why you feel like so like vehemently like against me. I don't get it, but I hope the best for you, like sincerely. Um, but can't be too concerned about it. The reason why they are going through whatever they're going through, why they feel the way they feel, is not my business, and it's not your business either. So we're going to stick with the positivity, that we're going to stick with being ourselves, even if other people doesn't like it. Like earlier today, just being real, somebody was trying to get at me because I was like, my family and I, we don't celebrate Christmas. We believe in Jesus, and we believe Jesus was sent by his father to give his life, but he did not say to celebrate his birthday. He said to celebrate his death, and we respect that other people want to do it anyway, but don't get at me that I don't do it, right? Like, but I'm not going to hide me and my values because you don't like it, right? And so you don't have to hide yourself, whatever it is, because no matter what it is, people are not going to like you just because they choose to, not because you did anything. Like, it's not your fault. So that's number one, is just showing up as yourself, making the change to decide that instead of trying to mimic other people, instead of trying to copy other people, you're just going to be yourself, and people are going to be attracted to that. And DIY Specialist, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you, and I hope you join the M2 marketing community. The link is in the description so that you can learn about the strategies and tactics that I share with people to grow their businesses using online marketing, content marketing, YouTube, and messaging, because I believe that everything starts with the words that you share. And so, okay. And anybody that is on this live is welcome to join, of course. So, the second thing that I've done to increase my subscribers by 466% is consistent messaging, which is what I just said, is really talking about the same thing. So this is kind of AKA the niche. And I know a lot of people are anti-niche. A lot of people are anti-niche and, you know, don't put me in a box. Don't try to take away my freeness of creativity. Don't try to take away my ability to express myself. Express yourself. But you do have to make the determination on if you're doing YouTube and content marketing for business growth, or are you doing it for personal expression. It could be a combination of both. It is a combination of both for me. But my primary goal is to build my business, is to provide impact and value to my audience, but it's also to build my business as well. And so I'm going to talk about a specific theme or niche so that I can help a specific group of people. So the more that you're able to talk about a specific theme, the more people are going, the more of the same type of people are going to be attracted to your content. I, like back in the day, over 7 years ago, when I was, well, it's been longer than 7 years, but for a very long time. I think the first video I posted was like 2009. I privated it. You can't see it right now for the algorithm reasons. It was making people go to old videos and they didn't want to stay because it's not the same thing I'm talking about now. But my content was all over the place. I had videos where I'm doing like a face mask, and then I have a video where I'm talking about a vegan diet. Then I'm showing you how to create a pasta, which is actually really, really good. But then also makeup, doing like my makeup, right? And then talking about weight loss. It was all over the place. Very, very random. One video I have hundreds of views, another video I have 1,000 views, another one I have like 63 views. Like, it's wishy-washy because I was wishy-washy, because my message was wishy-washy. People didn't know what to expect when they came. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that if you don't have a direction that you're headed in, your audience doesn't know what direction you're headed in, and so they don't know if they want to go on the journey with you. So the more clear about what direction you're headed in, the more clear your audience can make a determination on whether or not they want to take that journey with you, whether or not they want to take that ride with you. And not everybody's going to want to come. But for those that do want to come, for those that do want the information that you share, for those that do want the content, the knowledge, the ideas, the insights that you share, they're the ones that are going to stay. It's not about getting at first. I'm talking about like tiny, tiny micro creators. You got 23 subscribers, you got, 49 subscribers, 99 subscribers. Yes, I am vegan. Well, technically, I say that I'm plant-based because I do eat honey, but I do small farm honey because they take better care of their bees. But it's the only thing, like when I'm coughing and when I don't feel well, agave just doesn't do it for me. But in general, I do live a vegan lifestyle. I stay away from buying leather. I buy cruelty-free makeup and all of that. So yeah. So, um, no. Oh, the cool one. What up? What up? How you doing? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. I try to look at you in your eyes in the camera, so that means I can't look at when I look at the screen. It looks like I'm looking away from you, and I feel like that's rude. Like I want to look at you in your eyes so that you know that I'm talking to you, right? Like I feel like a lot of people are they're so disconnected and they won't take the time to just pay attention. And even though I cannot see you, I feel like I can see you because if you're here because you want a specific thing, you want to grow. And what I can see is the drive and the desire to hit your goals. And sometimes it can feel unattainable, and sometimes it can feel like like the path is just so long, and I just want to connect and look directly people in their eyes virtually through the camera and say I see you and I understand. But if you want to make a change, and if you had not hit your goals this year and you're looking toward next year and you're saying what can I do to make a change in order to grow my YouTube channel, you can start being yourself and you can start sharing a consistent message so that people can create community around a specific goal, a specific thing that they can all relate to. Because the more people that can relate to something and the more relevant it is to their lives, to their goals, to their desires, to their personal missions, to the transformations that they want, the more that they're going to keep coming back because you have something to offer them. Whenever somebody looks at your content, they're going to say, what's in it for me? What am I getting out of this content? And if your title, what you say, does not give them what they feel they need or want, they're out of there. And that's it. I have people that come in and out of my lives. Like in and out is constantly 4 people, 3 people, 2 people, 8 people, 10 people, 17. Then it drops back down to 10. People coming in and out, and all they're doing is trying to figure out if what I have to offer is for them. That's it. That's the only thing they're trying to figure out. So I'm not going to be mad that they walked into my store, took a look at what I had to offer, and said, "Nah, I don't think this is my style." Cool, no problem. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you find what you're looking for somewhere else. And for those that stay, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on staying in the community. Right here, I have the M2 marketing community, which is the magnetic and meaningful marketing community, because we're here to share meaningful marketing messages with people to impact their lives, promote positivity, and help them get to a goal with whatever it is that you sell. No matter whatever it is that you sell, whatever you sell helps them get to a goal, helps them solve a problem. And that's all we're trying to do here. We're trying to convey that through a message and communicate to people how they're able to overcome the problems that they've been experiencing, how they're able to get over the humps that have been in their ways, the struggles that have been in their ways, in order to help them reach their goals. Skincare, line is like, let me show you how you can get rid of that acne. Let me show you how you can stop all of that oily skin. Let me show you how you can clear up all of that flakiness of that dry skin. Like, whatever the problem is, let me show you how to dye your hair if you don't like the grays. I don't actually mind my grays, it's okay. Um, what do you call it? But no, I appreciate you. What do you call it? The cool one. What's your name? Mike Miller. What up? What up? I am doing well. I appreciate you for asking. Thank you kindly. It's been a nice day. My kids woke me up super early. I went live earlier. Then I got to take a nap surprisingly, and now I'm back. I'm gonna answer this because this is hilarious. BG says, "Where's the man that pays your rent?" My husband is sleeping on the couch in the living room, letting football watch him while he sleeps. So there's a man that pays my rent, while I pay for everything else for our family, the clothes that my kids wear, and the what do you call it? The food that we eat, and the lights in our house. We are a partnership. So that's where the man is that pays my rent. Okay, so anyway, we gonna be up in here, whether or not we have people asking interesting questions or not. But the cool one, I appreciate you. You're a real one. I hope you subscribe and stay in the community, because yes, we're here for positivity and we're here to grow. So if you're not here to grow, if you want to stay in the same mindset that you've been in, if you want to stay in the small mindset, the unworthy mindset, the apprehensive, hesitant mindset that keeps you from trying things, that keeps you from risking your comfort, then I must be the best mom. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I tried. I try. What's your name? My name's Angel. I usually don't say it because it's on my page. So, but what's your name? I've met some cool people here in the lives, and I appreciate you guys for coming in and participating in the chat. And thank you so much for this sub. And okay, so we've talked about being ourselves, we talked about consistent messaging, and this number three has been a game changer. Number three has been a game changer, and number four has been the biggest reason why I have been able to grow my subscribers by 466% over the last month. Um, and it's that I've become less rigid about content creation. This has been a game changer for me because when I first started creating content, like back in the day, it was like all kind of like sloppy, and I used to be like, the camera was tilted. I'm not centered, or it was too close to my face. It didn't look great, right? It was like this. I was like all up in the camera because the cameras were not that good back then. I'm talking to like circa 2009, 2010, when I was on my tail years of college, and so I never posted them. I have created a whole bunch of content, like a whole bunch, like terabytes of content that I haven't shared because I was too rigid about the outcome. I didn't know how to edit well, so because I couldn't edit all the ums and the uhs and the stops and the pauses, I just decided not to share it at all. I felt like maybe my clothes didn't look right, or maybe I had like my hair was not the way that I wanted it to be, or I started dissecting myself and looking at my face, and I've had acne up and down throughout the years. That's why I use it as an example sometimes. And or I didn't have like a nice background like I do now because my husband put these fancy lights behind the TV. So it kind of looks cool and on purpose, but really I just did that to help with some backlighting because I have this light in front of me because I'm losing the sunlight. Anyways, I digress. But it's being less rigid. I have started going live every single day. I have gone live every single day for the past 18 days, and every single day that I show up, people come and they subscribe to my channel every single day. There has not been one day that I haven't gotten subscribers from going live, which means that It doesn't matter what my background looks like. I have been in my pajamas. I have been in sweats. I have been with my hair, all up and poofy and big and wild. Like somebody said something crazy. It was like, oh, you look like Don King. Well, kinda, I guess, because my hair really poofy and it's sticking up. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if he was trying to offend me, but it's kind of funny, I guess. You was trying to clown me, but that's all right. You think you funny. It's cool. Like, haha. I told my husband we got a kick out of it, but less rigid about the background. Like, I like to set up my studio with my ring light and my Sony ZV-E10 Mark One, and my tripod. Uh, what do you call it, for my iPad to have all my notes, and my podcast mic so I could sound all nice and crispy. Like, I actually had a mic to add to my phone, and I forgot. I forgot. Um, and so trying to say, oh, I need a certain background, or I need this or that, you'll be waiting for forever, because if you continue to progress, you'll make the success that you want, right? By learning from what you're doing, what works and what doesn't work, and you'll realize that it's more about your words than it is about your background. It's more about your words than it is about your background. So if you're less rigid about how you're showing up and you just show up, there's no way that you can't progress. There's no way that you can't grow. There's no way, right? And so, okay, let's take a look at the some of these comments. I'm in a choir, so this is very important for me. Positivity, I love it, and I am Charlotte. Um, It's a pleasure to meet you, Charlotte. Thank you so much for joining the community. I've been trying to grow my own channel. Just be yourself. That is the most important thing. Do not hurt yourself just to fit in. I absolutely love that and wholeheartedly agree, because there's been plenty of times in my earlier life. I'm 36, pushing in 37 next year, and plenty of times in my earlier life where I was being inauthentic to myself, felt very uncomfortable trying to fit in with other people that I didn't actually mesh with, shouldn't have been hanging out with, but wanted to be accepted, and tried to say, like, it's okay. I can do it. Like, I can be like you. Shouldn't have been. Didn't want to be. They didn't want to be like themselves, because later on some of them came back and told me that they needed to grow, and that they wish that they would have listened to me about some of the things. It's like, just focus on doing you in a positive way. And I don't say that as like, do you no matter who you are. Nope. Only do you if it's a good person, and if you ain't a good person, and if you ain't giving value, and if you're not being kind and loving and respectful, then change that and then do more of that, right? And so, okay, here it says, what do you call it? Hi, I'm new. How was Christmas? Lara Docs, I actually don't celebrate Christmas. My family and I, we didn't do Christmas today. I had an amazing day with my kids, though. They're actually visiting with their grandparents next door right now. But we got up early. Like, I have twins. I have 2.5-year-old twins, and I have a 4.5-year-old son. I have all sons, but one of the twins woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, came knocking on the door, got in the bed with us. Okay. So he's like rolling all over me and kicking me in my face and stuff like that. And I'm laying on the edge. He's like this small, and I'm laying on the edge, and he can't budge my husband. So he just pushing me. And then finally, I'm just like, forget it. It's 5:30. I'm up. So I'm going to go live. And I'm going to start putting up my equipment. I actually went live for like 2.5 hours this morning. And I made them pancakes and turkey bacon, and later on when they come back home, we're gonna make some cookies. Like, it's a nice day for us to be able to do all the things that we enjoy. So however you spent your day today, I hope you had an amazing time, because I know I sure did appreciate the time with my family. And that's one of the reasons why I build my business, because I want to be able to choose when and how much time I spend with my family. And having a business gives you the ability to have more choices. So that's what I'm here to help people do. And so let's see. Charlotte says, I do not care how bad your lights are. just through the screen. You sound like a very positive person. I appreciate you. I hope my light is not too bad. Is it too bright? Because I know sometimes I could. Is that a little better? That's probably better, huh? I know it feels better on my lights. What is it called? Um, the BF broke up with me. You know what? Let me tell you something, Charlotte. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm 36 years old. I've been married for almost 10 years. And all the breakups that I had, I wish they had been sooner. And actually, I wish they had never happened because I wish I had never dated them, just being quite frank. So it's probably a good thing. Might not be something you're ready to hear, but sometimes we think that things are going to work out and we really hope because we put a lot of time and emotion and stuff into it and we don't want it to end, but sometimes that thing need to end because at least for me and my beliefs, dating is for the prospect of marriage, not just to hang out, not just to get to know each other and have fun. Like um, my husband and I, when we were dating, it was like, what are we going to be doing? Like very, very early. Like, can this even happen? If this is not going to happen, like, let's not even get invested. I'm talking about like very, very early, like probably within like a month or so, because what do you, nobody wants to be out here. I mean, I guess maybe some people do. Nobody wants to be out here up in these streets. Like, no, thank you. So we obviously chose the path of courting to marry, and we've been married for almost a decade and have 3 beautiful kids together. So I just want to encourage you. It probably hurts right now, but you'll feel better. And then I hope you learn from the experience. Give yourself some patience. And honestly, the best decision I could ever made was, as Jesus said, to marry only in the Lord. So I'll leave it right there. Let's see here. I understand it's about the birth of Jesus, anyways. You know, I appreciate that thought and that sentiment. A lot of people feel that way. Um, Based on the time frames, Jesus was actually born in around October because the shepherds were sleeping outside. So it's actually not even his birthday. I hope that don't offend you, but it's truth. If you look at the history books and all of that. But yeah, you know, what we actually do, you know, Jesus said to memorialize his death, do this in remembrance of me. So he did that with his disciples, and we do that. So we memorialize the death of Jesus and his sacrifice to us for the whole entire world. And we do that every year. So it usually falls in March, April, depending on the calendar, because that's based on the Jewish calendar. Um, and yeah, so that is nice and 14. So anyway, okay. So I have twins. Yes, I do have twins. You're a twin. That is awesome. I am a Christian, but I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm not like the traditional like Christian. Like we just all we do is we read the Bible and that's what we do. So like when I said my husband and I we courted, that was like, you know, we didn't move in with each other until we got married. Like, you know, we don't do some, like, I know that there's a lot of people that might do like Halloween, no matter what their beliefs are. It's a lot of it, you know, goes against our faith with all of the ghouls and goblins and all of that or whatever. And so if it does not align with what it says in the Bible, we don't do it. But yes, we are Christians. We're Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's see here. Um, what do you call it? Charlotte, I just want to say this. You said you don't need a man, you'll be staying single. You don't need him. You don't need one. That's so okay. Let's see. Maybe 30 is a good time to start, and you should always get married. Yes, if you just like singleness is okay. Like there is a beauty in singleness, but there is a beauty in marriage. Either one is okay, but you don't have to give up yourself to someone if you don't want to. And you don't have to settle if they don't want to marry you. And Laura Doc says, I love Jesus. I love him too. Yes, everybody should love Jesus and what he has done for us in our lives. Whether they want to recognize it or not. And let's see here. Uh, what do you call it? I feel bad. If, oh no, Charlotte, you don't have to feel bad if you leave, honey. If you gotta go, then go on. We're gonna talk about these. I have been posting all of my lives, so if you want to come back and look at the replay, feel free to come back later. Okay. Um, uh, what do you call it? Okay, I understand that you're a witness, but do you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins? Okay, so interesting, but the word in the Bible in the original Hebrew text is not a cross; it was actually a stake. But yes, he was hung and died for our sins. Absolutely. But the times back then, have they executed people? Was actually just like a single pole. Like it actually means like straight up stake or like a tree. But yes, he was hung. He was killed for our sins, um, as it was prescribed and outlined, prophesied in the Old Testament is how it came to be out in the New Testament. So okay, all right. So Koa says, saying why I do not cuss, and my friends do, and they do not invite me to those things because I don't. Let me tell you something, Charlotte. I know I was talking about what I have done to grow my YouTube channel, but I just want to speak on this because I was that girl, right? Like when I was younger, I even tried to cuss. I'm not even gonna lie. And then my friends would tell me, "Don't do that. You don't even sound right because it's not natural for you." Like when I say I was just trying to like fit in with people that I shouldn't have been trying to fit in with, it wasn't natural, and it was kind of like a push and pull because it was like, well, we were friends, and I thought we were close. What I came to realize is that we were close because of circumstances, not because of values. So when we're young, and I had a kind of a mentor and coach tell me this, and he was a mentor, boss, and coach, right? And so I worked for them. He coached the boys basketball team at my school, and he told me, I know you think that your best friends are your best friends because they're your best friends, but your best friends as a kid are your best friends because of circumstances. You live close to each other, you go to the same school, you know the same people. That's it. That's how you become friends with your friends as a young person. When you're an adult and you have a little bit more freeness to move around, to go to different things, to go to places where you would likely find people that you relate to go to events that you're interested in. If you're into sewing, if you're into running or working out, right, then you're going to go to those different places that promote those things, and you're going to find people that share your same values. That's why a lot of times, I mean, there's some instances where people are like, oh, we've been friends since 5 years old. Wonderful. I don't have any of those like that. Like my best friends, we've been great friends since adults. My childhood friends, although I have some that I check in with occasionally, like the ones that were like my besties, we don't talk anymore. We had a falling out because ultimately our values were not the same, right? So it's okay. Be like, cool. I realize that it is also okay to be an individual separate from what other people do. I'd rather be um, without a big friend group and without trying to fit in with everybody else just because I don't want to necessarily be alone. And actually what I figured out is I actually do like being alone. I like being with people sometimes, but I like being alone as well. And I enjoy my company. I think I'm a pretty cool person. So, I'm a happy person, I'm a loving person, I'm a caring person, and I like being around people that love and appreciate that. And so, um, yeah, so my friends have me. Um, Join. Okay, I see what you're saying. The cool one was your full handle. But yeah, Charlotte, don't be pressured to do anything. Don't be pressured to join anything. If you want to really really talk about it, hit me up on Instagram in my DMs. It's at marketing in her eyes. At marketing in her eyes. If you want to have a conversation, and we'll talk about this because you know, for me, faith is really really important. And so I'm here for business, but if you're telling me you're trying to figure out you're trying to figure out some things, like let's have a conversation, right? So I enjoy talking about the Bible with people. It's just I will not, me personally, I'm not building a business on the Bible. That is something that I share. Jesus said that we were supposed to go make disciples. But I'm also not going to hide who I am. I'm not going to hide my faith either. So I'm here for business, but like I'm a person too, and I have values and things that not only treasure, but things that I find important and that are more important than trying to like hide something so that I fit in um, or that people accept me. Like I had somebody earlier today like trying to come with some craziness. You don't gotta listen to it. You can actually completely ignore it, and people's opinions are none of your business. Okay? And honestly, if I don't know where this notion that people can't disagree and still be kind, right? Where did that come from that we can't disagree and still be kind? I don't know where that came from, but I don't believe we have to agree in order to be kind and respectful to each other. So if your friends can't do that, then I would reevaluate how much of a friend they are to you. All right. Laura Doc's got to go. Peace out, Club Scout. Hope you subscribe and come back another time. Um, what do you call it? Okay. So, all right, let's move on here. So, I said being myself, which I have shared myself, and some of my values, being consistent in messaging, aka niche, being less rigid about my content creation, and then number four, the biggest change that I have made that has helped me to grow on YouTube by 466% over the last 28 days per my YouTube studio is showing up every day. As I mentioned before, I've been going to, okay, I'll see you later, Charlotte. I'll talk to you soon. Remember, hit me up on Instagram at Marketing in Her Eyes. Okay, so what I've realized after going live for 18 days straight is that when I show up, people show up. When I show up, people come to listen. Like just point blank. Not because I'm like this popular thing, not because I'm well known, just because it's so. And specifically, I'll make this difference. I tested something out today because here is not just about like strategies and regurgitating what other people have heard. Like, let me tell you why it's important to listen to me. I have a marketing degree. I actually went to school and got a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an emphasis in marketing. So I learned corporate marketing. Then I spent over 7 years and over $15,000 in courses, coaching, and online uh, just learning in order to learn digital marketing strategies and how to apply what I learned in school to online and in practical ways. And so I have the knowledge. And so I'm also sharing with you the practical things after testing some things out. And here's what I tested. I've been testing out going live every single day. Every single day I grow in subscribers and I grow in views. The other thing is I went live on my laptop earlier today, actually right before I went live on here. And what I realized was um, I had like one person sign, or two people join the live on when I was on my laptop. And so what I believe is when you're on your laptop going live, you don't get as much reach. You get more reach to people that actually probably follow you already because there's more competition with the laptop live. But when I go live on my phone, I get hundreds of people that join my lives. In and out, might be 2 people here, might be 8 people there, then it's 10 people, then drop down to 7, then it's 2 again, up and down. I am Wendy asks, what is the best time to go live? Interesting enough, Wendy, based on the data that I have, early morning was very, very good, and middle of the day has been very, very good. And to be quite honest, I've also had a lot of people join evening, not super late. So when I go live at 11, it's just like I'm doing this because it's been a long day. I committed to this. But like when I go live, sometimes I like 11 o'clock. That's not my ideal time. That's me just keeping my word to myself. But the best times that I've noticed have been early in the morning, midday, like lunchtime, and then early evening. So to put times on it, like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon has been really good for me. And then about 7 p.m. was like great. So all of those three have been really, really great for me. Um, Between like 7 and 9 o'clock. And then after that, the audience online that's up late at night starts getting a little interesting, if you know what I mean. So you're very welcome. I hope that you subscribe, and I hope even more importantly that you join the M2 marketing community, which is my email community, and I help people create meaningful and magnetic marketing messages so that you can attract the people with the right words so that they ultimately want to become your customer. And so, if you want to learn how to use content in order to get more visibility, attract your future customers, and generate leads and convert them into customers, then this is the place to do it. And welcome, welcome, Wendy. Um, okay, so we talked about showing up every day. I mean, day one, day two, it was really, really hard. It was really hard. And then just being honest is probably like TMI. I also ended up starting my menstrual cycle that week. And so I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Like I kind of get, it's heavy, I don't feel good, I'm fatigued, I'm tired. I didn't think I was gonna do it. I was like, I'm gonna end up giving up, I'm gonna have to start all over. But if you don't stop lying to yourself about keeping your word, if you don't keep your word to yourself, if you don't be dependable to yourself, you ain't never gonna do it. And so I just said, you said you were gonna do it, Angel, just do it. Even if it's 2 minutes, uh, um, nobody's putting a constraint on you or restraint to say you have to be live for a certain amount of time, even if it's just 2 minutes. To say, hey, this video is just, and I did that one night. I said this video is for me to just show up because I said I was going to. And that ended up being a very successful live. And I was on for probably like 30 minutes when I was only planning to do it for like 2 minutes to say that I did it. But you'll notice that when you get into the habit of just doing the thing, even if it's just because you said that you were going to do it, you end up doing a lot better than you probably thought you were going to do just because you showed up for yourself and people were interested and they wanted to hear my message, because a lot of people struggle with showing up for themselves. So if you can get into the habit of not just being consistent, but showing up for yourself, keeping your word to yourself, this is going to be a game changer, and it's probably going to be the number one reason why you're able to grow your YouTube and grow your business. And so Richard Feeling says, I'm edging for the past 30 minutes. I don't think I can make it. I don't know what that means, edging, but I hope you are able to make it. So if you're here for content marketing and you're here for growing on YouTube to grow your business or personal brand, then make sure you subscribe. And I am sharing the changes that I have made in order to grow my subscribers by 466% in the last 28 days. And so my last thing that I changed was the type of media that I use in order to share my content. So previously, I pretty much just did pre-recorded content where I recorded a video ahead of time, did some editing, and then posted the video. But I've been going live and using vertical live specifically from my phone. And the special thing about YouTube vertical live feed is that they have a specific feed that's just for YouTube live. So most of the times when I have my YouTube lives, probably like 60% or more of my audience that comes to watch the live is coming from the YouTube live feed. And that's why I say if you just show up, people will come. There is literally a feed that people can just scroll, similar to TikTok, similar to Instagram, where they can just scroll and see who's live in the vertical feed. Keep scrolling. Oh, interesting. What are they talking about? I do it too. Sometimes when I'm bored, I have seen people cutting hair live, giving hair advice, working out, trying on clothes if they're like fashion influencers. I have seen so many different type of lives. I have seen commentary on live, and all of them are getting a couple views and some view minutes from me. And maybe I don't subscribe to the majority of them because all they're doing is just walking in and out of our doors like a business, trying to see if the product that we have is something that they'd be interested in buying with their time. And so you have to give people a reason to want to stay and buy your product, your message with their time. And so you have to focus on your words and you have to focus showing up. And then you have to get out of this mental zone of thinking that your content has to be a certain way, like only pre recorded content, only vertical short form on Instagram or YouTube shorts, only horizontal video. Like, I've been seeing people create videos about why you shouldn't do YouTube shorts, but I feel like there's a big caveat to that makes what they say disingenuous, is that you have to just be strategic with the YouTube shorts. Yes, there are a lot of people that just pass through shorts and they'll just view and keep on going. But if you want to actually use YouTube shorts to actually grow your audience with people that would actually be interested in your content, then you have to make that hyper niched content. Because if you make it too general, you'll start attracting the wrong people. And it might feel good in the beginning because they subscribe and you get a subscriber count and you get more views for a little bit. But ultimately, if you're trying to build a community so that you're able to build your business, you don't want people that are flimsy and that are really not invested in what you have to offer. So if you're going to use YouTube Shorts, then you want to make sure that that content is hyper niched so that only the people that will actually be interested and attracted to that content would be the ones that subscribe to you. For instance, I can talk about mindset in content marketing. I can talk about YouTube in content marketing, but shorts, in my shorts specifically, I want to specifically talk about content marketing and I want to specifically talk about business because I don't want anybody to get misconstrued about what I do. I'm not here to be an entertainment channel. I might be entertaining occasionally, right? I got a couple of jokes up my sleeve, but I'm here to educate people on content marketing, digital marketing strategies, and growth on YouTube based on sharing my journey, right? And so if I'm going to use YouTube Shorts, it's going to be strategically in a way that my messaging makes it undoubtedly clear that this is to attract entrepreneurs and people that want to grow their business using YouTube, not to become YouTube famous or influencer being flown around to go to different influencer events. Like that's not my zone of genius. And so, okay, as a recap, if you're just joining in on the live or if you're here hanging out with me still in the replay, I've shared the 5 things that I've changed in order to increase my subscribers by 466%. Number 1, being myself, being authentic, being true, and showing my values as well as my knowledge and my insights and expertise in my industry. Number 2 is being completely focused in a specific theme, aka a niche. So being consistent with my messaging so that I continuously attract the same people. Number 3, being less rigid with my content creation and being open to creating content in different places and not worrying too much about backgrounds or editing or any of the other stuff that really doesn't matter other than the message. Number 4, showing up every day. I've been going live every single day for the past 18 days, and I will continue to do so at least until I have hit 30 days. But really, I've realized that I'm going to keep on going live. I don't know if it's going to be every day, maybe, but I'm going to keep on going live because it's been amazing for my growth, and I want to keep up that progress. And then finally, number 5 is using different media types. So I just got a little stage fright for a minute. But using pre-recorded videos and going live. And then specifically using YouTube live vertically in order to attract more attention. I mean, it's a stark difference between how much attention I get on YouTube live vertical versus horizontal, like on a laptop. And so I think that you should use all the different tactics that you can in order to benefit from the growth that it can give you. So I want you to keep growing, and I want to share some more insights from the growth that I have seen in the past 28 days, but really 18 days that I've gone live every single day on YouTube. And if you would like to get some of those insights and details so that you can maximize your visibility and start growing your YouTube channel so you can grow your business, then I invite you to hit the link in the description to join my M2 marketing community. That is the magnetic and meaningful marketing community where I help you get visible, share your meaningful and magnetic marketing message, create content that is going to attract the right people that's going to want to buy your stuff. And so Trent says, "You're so pretty. Thank you so much. I appreciate your compliment. That's very kind of you." Okay, so I have been on for about 51 minutes. I went live earlier for about like 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna go hang out with my little ones for a little while before we get into dinner. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. Make sure you go share a meaningful marketing message with someone you can help. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye for now.